RustStop, electronic vehicle corrosion control. Wherever you live, whatever the conditions, whatever you drive, rust is a threat to your vehicle. Don't let this happen to your vehicle. Stop rust with RustStop, electronic vehicle corrosion control. International leaders in vehicle corrosion control since 1991. RustStop is the only system to successfully combine both impressed current and sacrificial anode technologies. To be effective in both wet and dry conditions. Because RustStop is electronic, it protects the entire vehicle, inside and out, which sprays cannot do. RustStop is suitable for new and used vehicles and is effective in wet and dry conditions. RustStop can be transferred from vehicle to vehicle and helps preserve your investment by maintaining its value. RustStop has been tested and approved scientifically and comes with a lifetime warranty on the electronic control unit. What makes RustStop different to other electronic rust prevention units? RustStop is the only system to successfully combine both impressed current and sacrificial anode technologies, making it effective in both wet and dry conditions. It uses a stepped-up output voltage of 45 volts to give increased protection compared to the straight 12 volts most other systems output. RustStop also has a range of accessory products that work in conjunction with the RS2000, enabling the highest effectiveness in the harshest conditions. RustStop not only prevents over 75% of rust from forming, but controls the spread of existing rust. So, how does RustStop stop rust? Firstly, we need to understand how rust forms. Any metal is made up of iron atoms and free electrons. Pure iron would experience very little rust, but the reality is that vehicles are made with recycled metal, which contains many impurity atoms. The impurity atoms have a slightly positive charge compared to the iron atoms. This voltage or potential difference averages at about 1.1 volts. Because the impurity atoms are positively charged in relation to the metal and the free electrons are negatively charged, there is an attraction of free electrons towards the impurity atoms. Positive attracts negative. When there is moisture present, the moisture provides a path or electrolyte for the free electrons to move through, and they then move freely towards and react with the impurity atoms. This reaction is known as rust. So, to simplify the formation of rust, free electrons in the metal plus impurity atoms in the metal plus water reacts to form rust. RustStop uses both sacrificial anode and impressed current technologies. This diagram shows RustStop in an off state and the free electrons reacting with the impurity atom. When RustStop is turned on, a positive charge of 45 volts on the anodes causes a stronger attraction of free electrons than the impurity atom of only 1.1 volts. The impressed current then forces the free electrons away from the impurity atoms and towards the sacrificial anodes. Effectively, rust needs free electrons in the metal to form. The free electrons are now diverted towards the RustStop anodes. The anodes now corrode rather than the vehicle. Frequently asked questions.
I've heard that cathodic protection will only be effective if the metal is submerged in water and is ineffective in dry conditions.
That is true for systems that purely use one technology. Impressed current on its own is effective in dry conditions, but cannot impress enough current to be effective in the wet. Sacrificial anodes using cathodic protection is very effective in wet conditions, but far less effective in the dry. RustStop is the only system available that combines both of these to get the best of both technologies.
Will RustStop be effective on a vehicle that has existing rust?
Yes, RustStop will help prevent the existing rust from spreading by over 75%. And increased protection can be obtained by the use of RustStop's accessory products.
Is it really necessary to install RustStop on a brand new vehicle that has an existing factory warranty?
Definitely. It's best to have protection from day one. And even though new vehicles come with a factory warranty, rust usually forms from the inside out. So there could be a large amount of rust present during your warranty period that only becomes visible when your warranty expires.
What makes RustStop any different to the other electronic units on the market?
RustStop is the only unit that uses both technologies, sacrificial anode and impressed current, as opposed to other units that use one or the other. RustStop is also the only unit that doesn't use the straight 12 volts from the car battery, but steps it up to 45 volts, i.e. the higher the voltage, the more effective it is and the greater the area it can protect. Referrals. Some results from independent tests. RustStop is your solution to all-over vehicle rust protection. Contact your nearest agent for more details. RustStop is available worldwide.